You know who we haven't played as in a while? We haven't played as Yoji in a while. So, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Cavern Kings. It's relaxation time. What am I going to do after this? I have no idea what I'm going to do after this tonight. This is going to be interesting. Part of the problem is, I probably should go to bed a little bit earlier. Oh, God damn it, the music has been starting and stopping irregularly recently, and I hope it comes back, because, God, I don't want to have to fiddle with the music for the rest of this run. You know what? So, that solves that music problem, at the very least. But yeah, no, oh, God, yeah. Words. They happen. Things and stuff. Anyway, so I should be going to bed probably at a reasonable time. Unfortunately, my sleep schedule is just utterly boned. It's mostly my fault, but at the same time, like, unfortunately, so I've got this, like, really sweet setup as far as streaming goes, where I stream during, you know, pretty much middle of the night. Nobody's around. Nobody needs to bother me. Nobody wants to bother me. So unless my house gets set on fire, nobody is going to give a damn that I'm streaming, apart from the, you know, the people that are specifically interested in watching me stream, which is awesome. Unfortunately, if I ever have anything to do in the morning, like in the morning, it's just like, alright, well, I have two options. A, go to bed early, skip streaming. That's a bad move. Or B, just be tired. And, like, I know this sounds like the wrong way to do it, but at the same time, like, wow, you've dropped, like, 12 people. Matter of minutes. Oh, well, that's not the end of the world. I don't expect everybody to be super interested in Cavern Kings comparatively, but, I don't know. When given the choice between, like, my hobbies and sleep, I always pick hobbies. Oh, shit, there's actually a box here. I didn't even notice that. Wow. Man, Yoji is by far the best character. It's, like, hands down, that sword is just insane. Anyway, oh, hey Foxy, how you going? How you going? Words. But, so, just kind of to speak about, like, weird sleep schedules and stuff, I think to some degree I belong on the West Coast or something, because I don't exactly operate under, like, a 24-hour clock. That, for starters, there's that problem. Let's just blow everything up, see what happens. Turns out not as much happens as I thought it was going to. But, so, I grew up in California to some degree, and I think ever since I never really got back on track, time schedule-wise, and a lot of that's my fault. For example, like I said, I stay up all night and sleep during the day, kinda. And to some degree that's preferable to me, but unfortunately, like, the irregularity of it, which is largely my fault, does kind of get to me from time to time, and I think I need to, like, regularize at some point. So I shot him right in the face, and he did not, alright. Well, time to leave. But, like, the regularity of it, I think, causes the most amount of problems, because, like I've mentioned before, I live with my folks, at least as of this filming. This stream, I mean, this whatever. So I live with my folks, so it's the expectation that you get up at a reasonable hour on the weekend, so it's like, alright, our son is alive. Yes. It makes sense. But unfortunately it means, like, I have to get up 3 hours earlier than usual, which is, you'd think it would be the opposite for weekends. It's like, you know, it's the weekends, time to sleep in. Nope. The weekends is the time for Wanderbot to stay up even later streaming, because he's got, like, 70 people watching him, and it's like, can't stop now. Can't stop. Like, honestly, even over the course of the past week, we've gone from averaging somewhere around 15 to 16 viewers to right now we're at 32, and at this point it's considered quiet. It's ridiculous, and I love it. Because it means that, you know, I'm succeeding. Although, of course, there are a lot of people that are doing a hell of a lot better than I am. Like, there was a post on our Twitch a little while back about a guy that already got up to 7,000 viewers, and it's just like, shit, how do you do that? How does one do that? And it's like, the answer is probably not by playing roguelikes, that's for certain. But at the same time, I don't really care. Oh, hello. Probably by being really good at some kind of game that, like, a lot of people watch comparatively, like Dota and whatnot. Anyway, But I don't know. It also just is one of those where it's like, I don't like not streaming. It feels weird. Especially because, like, I will get on and see that, like, people have been in my chat just leaving comments for half an hour being like, hey, when's he starting? And chatting about all the other stuff like that, and it's like, I am a community. it is strange and disconcerting. Though it is interesting, whenever I, like, stream during an irregular time, nobody's interested in watching me. So I was doing, Don't Starve Together earlier, and it was like, I had, what, 8 people watching? Which is silly, comparatively. But, again, doesn't bother me that much. It's just different. But yeah, no, I figured as much as far as, like, you know, people getting up to 7,000 in, like, a few weeks, a month, I don't even know. But yeah, advertising is one. I have never once advertised the stream. The most I've ever done to quote-unquote advertise was by having a particularly amusing title for my stream when I was playing. And this is actually the reason why I've kept... Oh shit, there's a box there. Actually, got it. Playing dirty, but it worked. I don't know if it's gonna come back. Like, I don't know if it's stuck in the ceiling here. Oh wait, there it is. I knew it was somewhere. Just didn't know where. Got it. Alright, so we get Cluster of Iron. Cluster of Iron is, like, it actually does make the harpoons bigger. You just really can't tell with this gun. Which is why I like the drill cannon so much more. Drill cannon is just all sorts of fun. This one, a little bit less so. Ow. Let's get all the health and stuff. But, I don't know. It's not a big deal. Nothing's really a big deal. And, so, I mentioned I should be going to bed early. So I'm going to PAX tomorrow. PAX East. And, like, I talked about this on the previous run of Cavern Kings. It's like, I've never actually been to a gaming convention before. Would you believe it? A wannabe big shot YouTuber, and I've never been to a gaming convention. A, they're expensive. B, I've never known anybody that is going. And C, I lived in bumblefuck nowhere for the past 4 years. And that was kind of when all this stuff started really taking off. So it's like, alright, well, now that I'm of age, let's go to a gaming convention. It's like, I feel like I'm going to be just surprised and very confused for the entire day. Don't want to even be there. Well, you guys are... Oh, not done for. I think that whole... Oh, God. Okay, we have survived. It was touch and go for a second there. Alright, so interesting. The drill cannon can... I mean, go figure the drill cannon would. But drill cannon can actually bust blocks. Harpoon gun... Oh, no. All of the guns can actually bust blocks in this game. It just takes a lot of work. I need to keep that in mind, actually, come to think of it. Because, say I want to, you know, get something up on the ceiling, and no way I'm going to be able to jump up there. That opens doors for me. That opens some serious doors. I just got to pay attention for that in the future. Anyway, but yeah, so going to PAX tomorrow, and unfortunately for me, it's like, PAX starts at, you know, 8 in the morning. It's like, don't even want to deal with that. But instead, I'm just going to go in and not even be a zombie. I'm just going to come back and be like, alright, it is nap time forever. And then my sleep schedule is going to get fixed. Not really. Mainly, just this week is going to end, and then it's going to be like, alright, back to business as usual. Let's get some sleep. And then it's going to be nice. And then I can start doing, like, art again. Like, I have not done nearly enough art in the past, like, 2, 3... Oh, shoot, there is, of course, a chest over here. Well, we got it, surprisingly enough. I like it how the ceiling actually makes it fairly doable to get chests, surprisingly enough. Ow. I do not have a whole lot of health to deal with you right now. Mr. Eyeball. And boy, is your terrain not working in my favor. Like, I think that's the most annoying part about this, is like, I am full ready to fight you, and it's just like, fuck this. Alright. This is actually one of the first times I've truly had a whole lot of trouble in this game. At least... Oh, shit. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah, the problem with Yoji... Well, not the problem with Yoji. The problem with, like, any run is, like, if you've got the harpoon gun and you don't get the requisite boosts... No, not even. The only reason why we did poorly there was just because the stage was awful. Oh, well, not the end of the world. But, yeah. I'm excited to go to a gaming convention. It could be fun. Actually, weird random story. So I've got a business card sitting next to me. It's obviously not mine. Oh, speaking of, I need to go find my business cards. But so I was talking to my mother, and she's like, "Oh yeah, you know, have you ever heard of Dead Pixels 2?" And it's like, I've heard of Dead Pixels 2. I don't know much about it, but I know of it. Because, you know, I know it's a sort of indie game. I don't remember if it's mobile or PC. I think it's PC, but I could be wrong about that. But it's like a solo Scottish man project, whatever. It's a Scottish man. It's a project for Scottish men and Scottish men only. No, one Scottish dude does the game design, all of the art, stuff like that. And so my mother was hanging out in. So there's a World Trade Center in Boston. You know, there were the Twin Towers in New York, and now there's one singular one. But still, oh hello. Oh, double hello. But so there's one World Trade Center in Boston, and so my mother was hanging out there for whatever reason, probably waiting for a bus, not entirely sure. But so my mother's there, and she sees this like really lost-looking dude, and she's like, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Yeah, you know, this, and this." And I don't entirely know how she got this information from this guy, but apparently, you know, chatted him up, finds out he's a game developer, and is like, "Oh yeah, I'll send my son your way." So now I have got like a business card and a random Scottish dude who knows I'm coming at some point. It's weird, but I'm totally okay with it. It's just an odd thing to run into, and I'm kind of interested. I'm interested to see how, like, you know, chatting with this guy's gonna turn out, just because it's like, how often does your mother introduce you to somebody that's within your field? Probably not often. And something that, you know, obviously not to be concerned about, but it's just like, wait, why am I being, you know, why is a business card for a random indie developer being foisted upon me by my non-gamer mother, who doesn't even know, you know, really what PAX is, apart from the fact that I'm going to it? That is the extent that my mother is, like, aware of things. She also knows I do YouTube, and I think to some degree, I think it annoys my family that I do YouTube, just because it's like, alright, you know, you could be totally doing other stuff, and it's like, I could be. However, I feel like I'm going to do fairly well with this. Let's keep going with it. So it's never been like an uphill battle, particularly convincing my folks to let me do... Oh, well, this is... Alright, we got the box. There goes the level, though. That is sort of problems. Anything else here? Doesn't look like it. But, like, it's never been, like, an entirely impossible thing convincing my folks that, like, this is a good idea. But, I always... You know, I really should ask, like, other Let's Players about this, like, what their families feel about them doing Let's Play. Because, for me, my family, for example, is largely supportive of, like, what I do, but they're also just, like, make sure that you, like, aren't just wasting your life away in the basement. Like, I've actually got I've got a pair of cousins, 3 of them, and, God, they're like a good 10 years older than me, give or take. Wow, am I not sliding along? I really don't slide along the ice, do I? Awesome. But so I got a pair of cousins that live up in Minnesota. 3 cousins. Sorry, not pair. I forget about one of them just because I didn't meet him until I was like 16. It was ridiculous. Dude just never left his basement. But so all 3 of my cousins still live with their folks and pretty much have shown no initiative in their lives to, like, get out of there. And it's like, I think to some degree my folks are very worried that I'm going to be going the exact same route. And it's like, I'm just a basement dweller because I don't make enough. Slash, like, oh man. I'm like, I really want to know what, like, other YouTubers have to go through with this. Like, I know one guy, Blitzkriegsler. I don't know how he does it, but so he's a full-time engineer, like, works as an engineer. Don't know where. Don't know exactly what kind of engineer, but engineer. He's married and just had a kid. Obviously he didn't have the kid, but close enough. He has a newborn... I don't even know the gender of the kid. But he has a newborn kid that, you know, now he has to take care of. So, like, poor dude has effectively to juggle a fairly successful YouTube channel, all things considered. Wow, that rock really wants to get to me. Bravo. I'd let him kill me, but I'm not exactly... Oh, well, no. His twin. Not so effective at it. But, like, I'm just floored at, like, his ability to do both. I assume to a degree, since he manages both fairly effectively, or I guess all three, he can get away with it. But, like, I don't really deal with a whole lot of other YouTubers that are getting close to... Well, not even getting close to full-time, like, hell. I'm probably only 20% of the way there, give or take. And that's, like, really, really, like, poverty-level full-time YouTubing. But I'd be okay with that. But I know, actually, yeah, it's such a weird thing knowing very few YouTubers, comparatively, that are, like, growing. Most of the YouTubers I know are vastly smaller than me, or much larger than me. And so there's... Wow, that is actually a really sobering thought. Yeah, most of the YouTubers I work with are either, like, below the 1,000 sub mark, or, you know, well above the 10,000 mark. And it's like, alright, this is not useful information for the most part. Or, you know, the ones that are within the 1,000 sub area. And, like, realistically, subs are not exactly a very good indication of growth or size. But so, I know almost nobody that's, like, in the mid-range with me. I always wonder why. I guess part of it is I've grown fairly quickly, question mark. So I feel like... Can I get an extra jump in here someday? Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright. I'm gonna have to prioritize going for that chest instead of... What? Deuces, where'd you come from? Alright, I want... Oh, balls. This is bad. I don't think I have a vortex box. Yeah, no, I don't. Oh, well, this is it. I don't even know. Oh, right. But so I don't know a whole lot of people that are, like, in the mid-range, where it's like, alright, you could actually potentially go full-time YouTube after one or two more lucky breaks, if you're, like, really lucky, or at least, you know, maybe a year or so more. And so I know almost nobody that's in a similar situation to me. And so it's always kind of interesting being like, you know, how do you deal with, you know, folks? How do you deal with, yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, guy. I'm not. Well, at least I got healing for that, but that was lackluster at best. At least the saw blades do all sorts of damage to it. This guy. Oh shit, that is a lot of that. At least we pretty much fly, which is really freaking useful. That, on the other hand, not so useful. Wow, we are just not doing particularly well. Is Blitzkriegsler a Strangelander? Yes, he is. Alright. So in this case, it's obvious that Yoji isn't doing well. Let's not do that. But I want to play Rex, because obviously I'm getting my ass kicked. Unfortunately, I've been playing kind of mediocre. But still. Yeah, Jackhammer works. Yeah, I guess I can kind of talk about, like, the online communities I'm kind of associated with. So, I mentioned no, fuck, no way. I mentioned Blitzkriegsler. He's got like 30-something thousand at this point, and I don't know, cool guy, very mature. I've yet to see his Catacomb Kids videos. I know he was talking to me about it at one point, and I was like, I would respond to you, but I am incredibly busy. Oh god, that was like most of my health, and that was sort of most of my health. This is why I don't play Rex very often. Yeah, you can heal. Hell if it doesn't matter. But so... Wow, that was sad. That was really sad. Alright, good night, Satari. And we'll keep going. Tonight is not my night. I clearly should go play Hand of Fate after this. Even though we beat it. But so... Actually, I mentioned knowing a bunch of YouTubers and stuff. So, I know a lot of YouTubers purely based on, like... I'm the moderator of our Let's Play. You meet a lot of people that way. Like, I've had, I'm not going to say lengthy conversations with, like, Chaotic Northern Lion, Slow Beef, and stuff like that, but I've had, like, I've exchanged words. God, that doesn't even, like, cover how it specifically works, but whatever. But I've had contact with, you know, a number of fairly large people. In, like, various senses. You know, some people more than others. God, those worms are going to be the death of me. At least our health is doing fairly alright. Alright, there we go. And that is a health pickup that I'm never going to be able to get. Damn. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. Now, there's actually a box up here, but I spent all my time dicking around and I'm not going to be able to get it, which makes me sad. Oh, well. I probably should have taken out the saw blade as I go along. But so, I know a lot of people from that subreddit. And then I know actually a number of people from a lot of other places. So Blitzkriegler, for example, showed up on the subreddit, but also met him through... Oh, God. That hurt. That... Alright. Oh, because the shovel did it. Fuck. Really? Wow. That hurts. And, like, I know for example, with a lot of these people, I could actually be even more buddy-buddy if I, like, out and out sought it. So, like, I've mentioned PA Master before. He, I believe at this very moment, is hanging out with Slow Beef. Actually, no. Probably was, like, hours earlier, and was like, I am a little bit jealous, because, like, alright, you know, that'd be cool. But the problem is, if I want to, like, hang out with certain people, you have to spend a lot of time doing this, that, or the other thing. So, you know, to be a slow buddy... God, don't tell him I said that. Then again, like, Slow Beef... Like, I name drop, but the thing is, I don't really know these people. Like, I don't hang out with them. I've never, like, directly played a game with the... Fuck, shit, this sucks. I got 5 health. This is not good. But... Like, I name drop a lot of these people, but it's mostly just I've had passing contact with them. It's just interesting to see these people in interactions as a result. But so, I've had a lot of contact with these people along the way. But as part of it, like, a lot of YouTubers will kind of band together into, like, Skype groups and stuff like this. So, I was actually, I can't talk about this one, too much, but, I was talking with a couple of larger YouTubers, and at one point I was like, you know, I don't exactly know... Okay, this is getting stupid. I don't want to play Thorax. I know Thorax would end the run instantaneously. This is such a... I want to talk about shit, but we just are not doing well. Vagante or anything like that. I think I need to go play some Binding of Isaac after this, just so I can, just so I can, I don't know, reverse my luck? Yeah, I think I will, actually. I think that would be a totally appropriate response, given the situation. At least our, like, gun luck is doing okay. Oh god, that is, like, all of my health. That's the problem, like, 50 health to start with is just, that is no joke. And shitty. Oh, well. But so, you know, I name drop a lot, but I do actually get into, like, these groups. And so, I was talking to a larger YouTuber. Much larger YouTuber. He's like, yeah, just pretty much after a certain point, we're all still in freaking, damn it! I want a Rex, but god damn, he dies fast. I really wanted to get to that box, and I didn't realize it would drop and just burn me to death. Oh well, but so, talking to larger YouTubers, like, wait, yeah, wow. We're just getting all of the items in the exact same manner. This is weird. Okay, unfortunately... This is sucky. It works, okay, good. Our health is back. Sort of. And we're not dead yet. Okay. Shitty situation, though. But, so... I guess I'm just gonna keep ranting as long as I can. We're getting our ass kicked, though. Oh, god. Freaking... Ow. But so... I guess to kind of expound on that, I'm gonna just talk all over the place. If I can survive, god damn, that worm probably could also kill me instantaneously. Everything can. I don't even have a single item yet. We're already fighting one of these bastards. This is going well. At least it gets me a fair amount of health every time I kill one of them, so we got that going for us. If, above all, I really wish there was like a tilt button or something. I don't think I'm gonna be able to... Actually, yeah, I can. Got it. Come on. Give me my loot. That is not loot. What is this game? Alright, whatever. Fuck. Words. Words are hard. Words are hard when you're dying, and I just smudged my glasses. This is going great. Yeah, I'm absolutely going to go off and play some Binding of Isaac after this. I think I need something just a little bit more consistent. But anyway, so I was actually floored when this larger YouTuber told me about it, because, you know, me being, you know, kind of a Reddit guy, just because that's the community I run. Of course, I'm going to be kind of preferential for the community I have. And I was floored that, you know, there isn't, like, some kind of weird secret Illuminati society of, you know, YouTube forums for much larger guys. And it's like, I guess it makes sense. Like, why would they bother? You can just have, like, a Skype group. Or, hell, well, probably not a Facebook group or something like that. But, like, you don't really need something complicated. Even, like, the larger you get, like, there's no reason why you need a professional option. Because everybody just uses Skype anyway. Like... Oh, man. Hell, weirdly enough, actually, and this is kind of apparent when you watch some of the, like, bigger but doofier ones, a lot of the, like, bigger guys don't even have, like, proper organization. So we're specifically trying to play Chivalry. And, the larger YouTuber I'm talking about, even though there were, like, several fairly big ones in this crowd. I'm breaking NDA without being specific. I don't know if this... Somebody's probably going to figure out someday. But then again, nothing came of it, so I don't even care. But so, we were trying to play Chivalry, and it's like, alright, you know, this is pretty fun. We were just, like, on a random server or something like that, but it's like, we can't exactly do, what we're trying to do with a bunch of random people running in and murdering us. So, eventually the big YouTuber was like, alright, you know, I'll just get my own private server. It's like, oh, you know how to host a server? Nah, I just bought one. It's like, oh, okay. And then it didn't work. It's like, oh, wow, you guys just are less prepared than I am. This is weird. So I had like half a mind to just be like, alright, I'll host it. Probably should have, actually. Probably could have gotten a lot more done. Oh, well. But it's odd. Like, everybody always reveres the larger channels for being, like, particularly, I don't know, fabulous. I don't know. I guess everybody reveres them purely based on the fame, or at least, you know, to some degree based on the fame. But like they're still people, and you can have YouTubers that are just totally technologically inept, and that just floored me because I mentioned this the other day about like Vanos, for example, that like at the time that I was starting out, he had worse audio quality than I did. But since he had been around so long and like managed to accrue such a fan base, it didn't matter. And so it's always interesting to, like, run into larger YouTubers that simply don't have the technical expertise you would expect of somebody that had been doing this for a while. Like, I hear all the time on specific people that, like, the Skype call crashed. I'm trying to think of, on this one, Nanners. It's not uncommon for, like, the Nanners group. And I'm just dropping people, not dropping people, but using examples. And if you haven't heard of them, just go along with it, whatever. You don't even need to watch them for frame of reference. But, you know, fairly large YouTubers that, like, lose the Skype call halfway through, or have, like, extreme technological issues. And it's like, I have trouble fathoming this, because, like, as a smaller YouTuber, it's just so unforgivable, comparatively, to, you know, have horrifying technical issues. So if I had bad audio, nobody would ever listen to me. Like, nobody would have ever found me or bothered to listen to me if I sounded like I did when I first started out. And so, just the, like, interesting disconnect you get as a result of this, because, like I said, everybody kind of reveres them and puts them on a pedestal, when in reality, they're just people. But, so, I mentioned Skype groups, before I got onto the tangent about, like, big YouTubers being people and also bad with technology from time to time. Like, so, I mentioned Blitzkriegsler. So, I belong to multiple YouTube groups on Skype, and they're not, like, really official, like, they're not really official things, you know, there's no, like, entry requirements. It's just like, alright, just invite people that you think are cool. which is actually really fun, in a way, because like it's super laissez-faire and you get all sorts of people as a result, for better or worse. At one point, actually, one of the groups I was in dissolved very temporarily because like several of the people there were super argumentative, and it's like, all right, gamer politics not welcome anymore. We will just, instead of even kicking people out, it's just like, all right, fuck it, let's just leave and make a new one with blackjack and hookers, which is actually exactly what happened. We ended up playing blackjack. Less on the hookers thing. It's kind of hard to get hookers over the internet. Also, creepy. Also syphilis. Also, Shell would kill me. Just flat out dead. But so, I belong to like one YouTube group, and I think that was like started by Draygas and something like that. And it's interesting being part of this because I mention him frequently as like a large YouTuber that's pretty much to the point where he can call himself full-time. And so, you know, having contact with him and a couple of other people that have wildly different content, like, of the entire group, I think 3 of them even bother to do roguelikes. Everybody else, God, that's like half of my health, or a quarter of my health whenever I get hit by those guys. It's not fun. Anyway, but like none of them do similar content to me, so I've actually had arguments with a couple of people from time to time talking about the sheer amount of content I produce. You know, 4 to 8 videos a day, I think it is. Jeez, I should probably tone it down a little bit, or at least get more organized. I have no schedule whatsoever, and I really need one. It's just like, alright, I'm gonna put up 1 video on Vagante, 1 on Cavern Kings, 1 on Catacomb Kids, 1 on Armello, and everything else is just filler that I need to get rid of because my backlog is insane. Hello. Oh, did I do it? Oh, what is even slow? Oh, I do actually have the ice thing. Well, screw you then. This is easy. This boss, for whatever reason, is just completely incapable of handling it if you're hitting him with the, with ice. Which is great. But so I belong to that group, and, like, I've had wild disagreements with people on, like, even, like, SEO practices and, like, release schedules and whatnot. I think part of it is purely just style matters, like in terms of YouTube. So you would never see somebody with a Northern Lion style production quantity for the most part as one of the humor YouTubers. I don't think they managed to do it. And, like, Northern Lion is funny, but he is Northern Lion all the time. Whereas I feel like even though people like Markiplier and PewDiePie put out what, several videos a day, it takes a lot more effort to have that on personality. Whereas Northern Lion is just the Northern Lion personality at all times. And, I mean, maybe I'm... Yeah, oh god, I'm going to get killed if I keep doing that. This is why I have trouble with Rex. Because you can't do risky business. Watch that explode. Oh, no, fuck. There's a lizard there. I don't even know. Well, that was a pain in the ass. And I think I'm going to stop ranting about that, because that is the farthest I think I'm going to get today in Cavern Kings, which is super depressing, because I really would actually like to do well on a Cavern Kings run. But apparently it's just not in the cards today, so... Oh well.